China 504, unlivable, unaffordable, and unsanitary. People living at a local mobile home park are now looking for legal representation after raising concerns about expenses and living conditions. In the next part of this limited series, WCTV takes a look at resident rights. Our digital producer, Chastity Maynard, has more from a lawyer representing dozens of people living at Lake Bradford Estates in Tallahassee.
A lawyer with nonprofit law firm Legal Services of North Florida saying she and her colleagues have taken on more than 40 residents at Lake Bradford Estates.
They kind of have these folks trapped in between a rock and a hard place.
Staff attorney Mary Rose Whitehouse telling WCTV the homeowners are currently in talks with park owners, a group called Homes of America. The attorneys are petitioning for mediation and alleging the park violated protections outlined in the Mobile Home Act by allegedly attempting to increase the rent they pay for their lots twice in a calendar year.
In April of 2022, the homeowners at Lake Bradford received a notice of lot rent increase, stating that within 90 days their lot rent would go from $330 to $525. And then in January of 2023, they received a second notice saying that their lot rent was going to be increasing from $525 to $750.
Whitehouse also saying the rent has been increased to above market standards, which could be considered unreasonable under current law.
So there's really nothing that the park is doing to justify this increase in lot rent. But I think that what they know is that they have a captive audience here, right? Especially with the mobile homeowners, because it is difficult. The word mobile home is a bit of a misnomer. Just because it's a mobile home doesn't necessarily mean it's movable. And even if it were, it costs thousands of dollars to move it.
The $750 rent was supposed to start in May. We spoke with a resident and former employee, Scott Phillips. While he did not go on camera, he confirmed he and other homeowners are not paying that increase while in mediation. Whitehouse says mediation is running through the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulations, which is the state agency regulating mobile homes. She is optimistic but prepared to take things further if mediation doesn't resolve things.
We hope to be successful in mediation, and if we're not, we would look to go ahead and file a lawsuit and take the issue to court.
Meanwhile, for traditional renters, Whitehouse points out protections are different and more limited. She says Legal Services North Florida is representing about 20 renters. Whitehouse saying she encourages renters facing maintenance issues to report them to city or county code enforcement and to seek legal aid if something feels amiss. Now, management at the property declined to comment, and lawyers for Lake Bradford Estates did not respond to messages over phone or email from WCTV. We'll continue following mediation efforts. From the studio, I'm Chastity Maynard.
For more information on renters' rights, code enforcement complaints, and complete coverage of this series, head to WCTV.tv. Coming up next week, a man